Military expert Alexander Musyenko commented on the situation on the southern front. Military expert Alexander Musyenko has commented on the situation on the southern front, where the Ukrainian armed forces have occupied the dominant heights near Staromayorskoye. The expert told about this on Air Factory of News. This is important because the enemy fought for this, and we now need to concentrate their artillery, forces and means to strike and further open the way to Staromlynivka, where is the extreme point of the first line of defense. This is the extreme point. And frankly, that's where all of our resources are being directed right now. This opens the way to move forward, to destroy the enemy's potential. How quickly we will be able to move forward, time and combat operations will show, said the expert. The expert added that it is very important from the point of view of itinerancy. From the point of view of counter-offensive at the moment the APU has two successful directions, Berdyansk and Bakhmut, but Melitopol has slowed down a bit, we must admit it. But on the successful directions there is some advancement, there is some movement, and dominant heights in Staromayorskoye are being gained. That is, this is the result, we cut into the enemy's line of defense, we consolidate on the heights in order to further advance. Recall that IDF Reserve Captain Gregory Tamer commented on the unstable situation on the front. The expert told about it on the air of News Factory. Possession of the initiative on the battlefield, this is the main factor in achieving victory. It is impossible to win a war without having the initiative. About 6 months ago, Western media, which have a high trust rating, began to observe publications concerning the assessment of the preservation of armored formations of the Russian army. At that time it was said that the Russian army had preserved about 1,500 tanks, which are conditionally speaking modern. It meant tanks from T-72 and newer. The T-72 tank itself has a lot of modifications. That is, those tanks that are not modified, they are hopelessly outdated, the expert said. The specialist added that only 500 tanks among Russian tanks were considered modern. And so there was a question why Russia does not use them on the front practically. It is assumed that the occupants kept them for more important business and also tried not to use them when HIMARS could work on them. And now the Russians are trying to bring down the heat of the Ukrainian counteroffensive as effectively as possible, as the advance of the Ukrainian armed forces in the south brings closer the moment when the defense forces take control of the land supply lines under fire. Subscribe to the channel and give us a like to keep up with the latest updates and support our content. Thank you for your attention and until new videos.